Good morning. Good morning. This is Jemn once again. It's Tuesday morning, and there's actually a board meeting going on, and I've still got paint on from when I was decorating my boards from yesterday. But anyway, um, yesterday I have a group text that I have friends from other schools who are in that group text, and um, they were telling me about how their principal is moving and how their principal just shared with them that they're moving. And I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." Then I was thinking, "Oh my god, I'm going to a middle school next year. Is my principal moving?" So, I started like paying attention. I said, "Oh, maybe I'll get Levette or some other principals that I really admire and I really think are going to be awesome, amazing people." And so yesterday there was, I think, 11 principals who kind of shared with their people that they are going to be moving around. So this included middle school, or middle school, elementary switcheroos. Not exactly sure what that means, but I guess the whole thing started with a few of the principals retiring. And I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't think the guy that I was about to work with was about to retire or move or anything. And I had just emailed him last week regarding some information. And so I was really in a quandary, in not sure what was going on. And I am a planner. So I've actually been picking the brains of some of my colleagues in the middle school that they know typically when concerts are, spring sings, those things that middle school kids do, awards assemblies, all that stuff. And so that helps me start the planning process, but it is not the planning process, if that makes any sense. So and plus the principal doesn't really change things as much as the sit team is supposed to change things. So if the sit team plan that's in place shifts or switches with the principal, then you know that it's not sit team driven, it's um, principal driven. And for those of you that may not understand what I'm talking about, sit team is the school improvement team. And basically, they're the ones who talk about the things that need to be changed, what's been working, what hasn't worked, what areas we need to focus on for the year ahead, whatever the case may be. Always considering improving. So we bring concerns from our departments, we bring them to the meeting, we speak up. I'm not scared to speak up. I've been doing this long enough where, and I see things and I'll address them in that meeting. So long story short, I'm like, and I'm also giving a presentation today at 2:00 about, beginning with the end in mind, planning for the year ahead. And so I'm just like, wow, like this is going to be one of those days, one of those situations where people are freaking out. Well, I am right now, it is 10:05, and I am right now on a creating this video, but they're having a breakout where there's a private discussion happening right now with the board meeting. So we're not working necessarily with the kid I'm paying attention to stuff, not necessarily worried about stuff. And so I'm sorry, I just realized my computer's getting a little warm. So I like to have my fan where it can get some warmth out, because I don't want my battery overheating and all that stuff. So anyway, to make a long story short, I'm starting to plan for next year, and I'm waiting for an email from my principal, and then come to find out he's getting moved. And the elementary teachers in certain areas, they're getting moved. So there's 11 administrators getting replaced or moved or relocated, whatever they're talking about, and within the district. And there are many schools in our district. So I know there are 17 high schools, not sure how many middle schools, and not sure how many elementary. And three of the five, or no, four out of the five of us that are teaching on this equity team, we're all experiencing new administration. So we're going to go into next year a little bit more prepared on the fact that we need to prepare ourselves better for whatever's coming. And so we're paying attention to the board meeting. We're paying attention to a lot of different things going on in our district. And I think that's like, I think a lot of people should be doing that. Yesterday, I was able to, someone shared with me one of my former students, and he was my football player. God, I swear I adopted him and took him from somebody else, but he was getting stuff from everybody. But one of my former students was being interviewed by my former high school about what he's into and what he's doing. And he had a chance to go pro and didn't. And now he's working in a regional position where he's a regional manager for a company that does, huge driving and everything. So he's now a regional manager. And I think he just graduated about maybe 2 years ago, but he graduated in 2012 from high school. My son graduated in 2013. My daughter graduated 2010. And so I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, it's like 2020. And I've been teaching, oh my God, like this has been nuts for me that these kids of mine are all grown up and now living real jobs. But it was so good to see, him get a man face, there's a face that men have that, they're not boys. And then he was sharing with me, my son was sharing with me how another one of his friends that he used to hang out with, when I told him not to go to this neighborhood, he just got out of prison. I said, what did he do? Because I knew if he's sharing something about this kid, the boy had to do something. My son said, well, I think he shot himself after he robbed a store. And so he shared a picture of the boy and his new girlfriend. And I mean, she's a bodacious chick. She's a healthy chicken. And he's a little man and she's big, taller, bigger. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, like this is hilarious to me. But I told my son goes, Mom, how come everybody that I used to hang out with are robbers, dealers, pimps, gigolos? He goes, everybody I hung out with is bad except for like 3 of us. So we haven't had any kind of criminal conviction. And I said, well, I don't know how to take that other than the fact that you were smarter than the other ones. But I did tell you to not hang out with so-and-so. And he said, yeah, but they're so much fun to be around. Sin's always fun till you get caught. So anyway, that's about my 10 minutes. I just had to share really, really quickly. I know that I'm going to be sharing my how-to shortly, and I can't explain the excitement for that. I am excited, and I cannot wait to do the classroom update. So I'm going to show, basically what my class looked like at the beginning of the year, what it looks like now, and as we're preparing to shut, the schools closed, as we're preparing to decide when we can go in there. Those are things that we're looking at how to improve. So I've already started prepping for next year. I really have. This is one of the little items that I've started, and this is the back of it. So I love it. I haven't laminated this yet, which I will probably laminate. But I'm going to try to find where I can get a low gloss laminator, just so that way it takes better pictures and it looks a lot nicer up on the wall. I'm still deciding whether to do a black background. I'm leaning towards black again, the chalkboard, but who knows? We might just change things up. So anyway, that's my 10. Have a great day.